Mortal Kombat 2 was released on June 25th, 1993, as a sequel to Midway's previous title, Mortal Kombat, released in 1992, and with over 3 million copies have sold to the home ports. I will be playing Mortal Kombat 2 on an Arcade 1-Up cabinet. As a challenge, I will only be able to play as 3 characters throughout the entire playthrough, but the catch is, if any player gets fatality done on them, they are eliminated and I can no longer play as them. One thing I have to say though, after the little I did research of the game, is that apparently this game's AI is very hard and it reacts to specifically what you press in on the arcade cabinet. I heard that this game cheats, its physics do not make sense, and there's no possible way to compete with the AI. I'm not gonna lie, this is very intimidating and not encouraging, but hey, I will still play through this game and defeat it for the content for you guys. Without further ado, let's get into it. For my first character, I picked this bald-looking dude named Baraka, and here's some fun facts about him. Baraka led the attack against Liu Kang's Shaolin Temple. Baraka belongs to a nomadic race of mutants living in the wastelands of Outworld. His fighting skills gained the attention of Shao Kahn, who recruited him into his army. My first round was pretty easy. I even pulled off a fatality, as you can see right here. The only thing I did was just do a few jump kicks, and I was able to land some uppercuts, which is pretty easy. My second round was a walk in the park. I went against Raiden. I kicked him really easily. I even pulled off one of his other fatalities, as you can see. You have to hold block and press back 4 times to press high punch. For my third round, I went against Katana, and this is when things got a little more serious. My tricks weren't really working, and I had to actually start fighting them like legitly, and I had to start throwing a lot more punches and kicks. My fourth round, Kung Lao was actually a problem. He took me to 3 rounds, which I barely beat him by, as you can see right here. He was a real problem. He kept throwing me and throwing his hat at me, which when I would block, he would still run after me and throw me into the corner. The fifth round was 100 times way harder than fighting Kung Lao. First off, it was basically a mirror match. It was Baraka versus Baraka. Although, none of my special moves were really working on this Baraka. Considering we both had the same moves, he knew exactly what I was going to do. It was a hard-fought 3-round game, but I did end up beating him and did a fatality against him. If you want to see the fatality on this round, then just skip to 15 more seconds. Reptile was such a pain in the ass. He was such a cheap bastard. Every single time I would play against him, he would turn invisible on purpose and I couldn't see him. And if you just say, oh, well, just jump forward and kick him. I did. I jumped forward, he would jump up and kick me. I couldn't see where he was. No matter what I did, he would hit me. In fact, I actually ended up losing this game to Reptile, which broke my 5-game win streak. So yeah, Reptile's won to take my first loss. And to be honest with you, I'm not even surprised. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I can't even do anything. I'm trapped in the corner. At least he didn't do a fatality on me. I would have really been pissed. So I just picked Sub-Zero, which is who I picked in the last playthrough. He got me pretty far, and he has epic fatalities. I did end up beating him. I knocked his ass off the pit, and there he is. So satisfying to see him die. I continued my playthrough with Sub-Zero. It was pretty easy. I kicked Johnny Cage's ass in this round, and I ended up doing a fatality, which I'm going to show you right here. Scorpion was way tougher than I actually thought. Although I did beat him, it did take me to 3 rounds, which is really difficult and surprising. Melina was something else. I don't know what she did, but she just kept like throwing me and stuff and just set me off. She wouldn't let me get into my rhythm. She kept rolling into me and she knocked me into the dead pool, which officially ended my run with Sub-Zero. The character I decided to pick as was my third character, Liu Kang, just because I want to try something new and fresh to see how I can get a feel for him and how he plays. I actually ended up beating Millionaire pretty easily. As you can see right here, I figured out this glitch to just jump forward and kick her. I ended up pulling off one of Liu Kang's fatalities, as you can see right here. After this, I went up against my friend Sub-Zero, and he handed my ass to me. The fight was not even close, it was just sad to watch, and he ended up doing a fatality on me, which meant I could no longer play as Liu Kang. So I just decided to pick Baraka and go back to what I first started off with. I ended up beating Sub-Zero pretty easily once I went back to Baraka and got used to his move style. If you thought it was all fun and games now, then sadly you were wrong. Liu Kang was no joke. Every single time I jumped, he would jump. I moved forward, he'd move forward. I couldn't go anywhere with this man playing against me. He beat me again and ruined my win streak. Also, another thing I learned about him is that he is a serial cheater. If you want to see what I mean, then look, watch this clip closely. Watch this clip. I slowed it down so you guys can see. So I know Liu Kang was finna start off with this bicycle kick bullshit, so I duck it, right? He clearly went over me, but somehow it still hit me. What? That makes no sense. This guy's just a cheater. That shit was so far away, I forgot about it last week. How did it still manage to hit me? I don't know. This is just bad on Midway's part. Look at this. Designed to take your money. Yeah. I know. It's not that serious, but no, I'm still mad about this. This took me like 30 minutes to get over. Look at this. I have it slowed down frame by frame. As soon as he's on the ground, I go to shoot this little Blade Fury. He's already in the animation to shoot his low fireball. He was just on the ground. His ass was on the ground. He's already ready to shoot a fireball at me. And when I shoot my blade and he shoots his fireball, look. We end up shooting ours at the exact same time. How? I had a head start. Look, they both start at the same time. My shit had go first, but no. He just skipped the animation. I was so sick of Liu Kang's bullshit, but finally, I got my revenge. As you can see, I pulled off the sweet fatality against Liu Kang. Shang Tsung was a joke. It wasn't even close. It's just so sad because he was such a hard boss character to beat last round. I mean, he was really difficult in the first game with him and Girl and all, but now it was just way too easy. Now after Shang Tsung, I fought this weird half-tiger human-looking motherfucker. Okay, so basically, this guy, he's kind of like Girl in the first game. So they're both Shokans, and he was chosen to represent Outworld this time. And I actually ended up beating him on my first try, believe it or not. As you can see, my win counter in the top right corner. Well, there's only one man left. Shao Kahn himself. Shao Kahn actually seemed pretty easy in the first fight I had with him. But boy, was I wrong. I spent countless amount of times going against Shao Kahn, but I actually ended up matchsticking around on him and took it to round 3 in my first encounter with him. Although, my victory was short-lived, as you can see right here. It wasn't even close. Look at this. I didn't even get to hit him. I ended up going back with Baraka. As Dashi Games once said, that's his right-hand man. He's my right-hand man as well, and I went back against him, but as you can see, it wasn't really working for Shao Kahn, but I did figure out something. I did my little chop things, which is what I call it, because I don't know the real name to it. But anyways, Shao Kahn kept on running into it over and over again like a hopeless idiot. So then, I just started to spam this over and over again until I eventually beat Shao Kahn. Known for its unpredictable actions and wild fits of anger, Baraka goes on a rampage. After defeating the Earth Warriors, he attacks Shang Tsung, Kintaro, and finally Shao Kahn himself. After defeating Shao Kahn, Baraka goes on a rampage and rises from the wastelands and rebels against the Shao Kahn's army and becomes King Baraka.
and they all lived, more or less, happily ever after.